The North Central region is the home of a large portion of the arable land in Nigeria. Expectations of the electorate from the incoming government in the North Central region are largely similar, curbing insecurity and its effect on food production. Plateau State has had its fair share of insecurity, which has adversely affected good governance. Joaquim Jacob is a civil society activist who is hoping for a crisis-free society. He wants better funding of agencies involved in peacekeeping and peace building to facilitate the drive for a crisis-free society.
Peace and security on the plateau has been a nightmare, managing it, where of course we've seen previous efforts like the establishment of the Operation Rainbow and the Plateau Peace Building Agency, among other efforts by the federal government too. For the Plateau State Governor, the next person to come on board would need to see the empowerment of the Plateau Peace Building Agency through the repealing of the law establishing it, where it should be able to coordinate other efforts of CSOs on the plateau.
Good enough. The Plateau State Governor-elect has set its priority on security with the view to strengthen security at the grassroots.
It's a duty and responsibility of any government worth its salt to ensure the security of lives and property of its citizens. And by God's grace, when we come into government from May 29th, we're going to set in motion a robust plan to rejig the entire security architecture of the state. And I've said it often, that security is not about the presence of guns. It's about living in harmony in society.
In neighboring Nasarawa State, some attention has been paid to security to create a safer business and investment environment. The result is the attraction of over $500 million worth of investment to the state.
We have worked in a proactive manner to ensure relative peace while leveraging on that to attract investors to our state. Now that you have given us your renewed mandate, I can assure you that we shall work together to improve on these achievements.
Security tops the wish list of both the electorate and the governor-elect of Benue State, who has vowed to resettle those displaced since 2018 across the IDP camps. While Ukankuru, a civil society activist, wants the backlog of unpaid salaries and pension arrears cleared, the Minister for Special Duties says the Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia administration will leverage on agriculture.
The incoming government needs to focus on salary payment and then infrastructure. We don't have investors in this state. We know very well that tax is something that's been killing us here. But if we have investment in this state, we won't even mind about that. But these two things are some of the things that are killing us: salaries, infrastructure, investments. We have to have investors invest in this state to take us away from this issue and these problems we're having now, that we've not been able to do anything much in the last 8 years of almost every government.
He is an indigent. He's aware of the problems that have confronted us, the difficulties we have faced, and the deficiencies observed in the provision of essential amenities and the provision of healthcare services, and even the issue of school performance, educational performance in the state. So there are so many things that are begging for solution. This is basically an agricultural state, and his program is rich in agricultural content, and this is also its synergy with the Asuwaju Shetima administration. They have made a strong promise to help Benue to rebuild, to restart, to recover from 8 years of neglect.
The residents of Kwara State advised the governor to focus more on opening new communities. They believe that the road infrastructure will ease connectivity between the old and the new. Meanwhile, the governor, who's returning for a second term in office, has decided to sustain the development efforts he had started.
We want the governor to ensure that he doesn't go through the way of renovation of an existing project or structures. We want him to do a paradigm shift in his approach when it comes to the project. We want new locations, new roads, and new communities springing up in this second tenure of the Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak.
While the residents wait to see their desires manifested through good governance, transition committees are beginning to emerge to probably document these expectations. In Benue, the transition committee set up by Governor Samuel Otom has opened up discussions with the governor-elect, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia. Transition activities have kicked in Plateau and Niger State, where new governors have emerged. But in all, Nigerians in this state only want a better deal.